Welcome, Scorpio, to your love reading for January 2019. So I'm shuffling the cards, and this King of Wands in reverse came out. So it could be a fire sign, or it could be the energy that you might be dealing with or giving off. Too many people, too many people in your business, too many different romantic partners, someone not being very honest, and maybe being a player. So male or female, it just depends there. And also a distraction on the work front, not being dedicated to career, being an issue. So just be aware of that. So it's like a warning though. Alright, so let's see. 10 card Celtic cross spread. Happy New Year to you. This is going to be January 2019 love energy reading for Scorpio. Alright, wish you the best. So we're going to see what's going on with you. 10 card Celtic cross spread for Scorpio. Person comes toward you. Everything was going toward you. Your response. How your others might be viewing you. Advice. And then your response as the outcome. Scorpio, January 2019. Okay. So you have the Eight of Swords, and this is you might be hiding from that person, or even if you feel like you've been part of the dibbling and dabbling with somebody else, you might be hiding from that reality. So not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be bothered, but just staying away from a certain person because you feel like something is off. All right, and you got the Lovers in reverse. That's the King of Wands in reverse energy. So some of you are in a connection where there may have been infidelity, there could have been cheating, somebody is giving off that kind of energy, or even if you feel like, why be with that person if you know you're going to hurt them. So there's a energy of restriction for some of you. That's the obstacle to get away from someone that you may no longer be in love with, or you feel like it's not mutual between both of you. All right, there are issues there with being honest, being fair, being truthful. For some of you, this is where you're not communicating to that person. You might even be letting somebody hold you hostage, or you might be hiding from that person. That's where the injustice might be coming from, where you're doing yourself an injustice from allowing them to do what they do. You don't have control over how that person might be, but you don't have to run away from them or kind of hide. Sometimes you might need to get some not about to say a ref, or somebody to help peer mediate your situation. So you might want to get like a what was it called, I forgot the name of it, but when you file something so that you can keep somebody away, a restraining order. All right, that depends on some of you that might be going through something intense like that. So there's an issue there. Somebody is not being honest. All right, and it doesn't have to be you, it could be, but it seems like something is off. Ten of Swords, something did end in the recent past. So the New Year's weekend, being betrayed, or just not speaking to somebody, not telling the truth, or not being honest, and you might even feel like somebody is speaking about you in a bad way, or kind of ruining your reputation. So you might be avoiding that particular person at all costs. All right, Three of Swords, and this was trying to come out as I was shuffling pre-shuffle, and this is heartbreak. So some of you might feel like you're part of this scenario, that you've been involved in something, and somebody is trying to bring these things up to you to remind you about it. But then on the other end, some of you realize that someone is very bad for you, and you need to get away from that person, and you're trying your best to do it, but you still feel trapped because you're in your mind. This is on your mind. The heartbreak is there. The reality of some kind of restriction is there. So that's a bit tormenting. So the person coming towards you is letting you go. They seem to be trying to do so, even if you feel like for some of you, them letting you go is hurtful, and that's why you might be hiding. For others of you, that person is letting you go because you don't want to be bothered, so you want to kind of do your own thing. So this is them kind of letting go, and whether you know it or not, they're doing their best to release you. All right, could be done with an Aries, a Gemini. Then you have Libra showing up as well. Now your response, indecisive. Even if that person might move on, you might feel inner energy. You might kind of message them. You might think about doing it. Not sure what you want to do. Stay in a marriage, commit to another person. What you want to do by leaving. You might feel like it might be too much drama, or going through too much. It just depends there. So not really being sure. All right, how others or your partner might be seeing you. That this doesn't look all that great, because it seems like there's a fabrication, like you're not being honest or not being truthful, and kind of faking the funk and saying that things okay, or we're in a relationship, or we might be living together, but that's not the reality of what's going on. So people might see, for some of you, your partner, if you're talking to somebody, that's why you could be coming out as the King of Wands in reverse, because you could be talking to two different people. Some of you could have had sex with somebody, but then you go right back home to your marriage and then act as if things are okay. That could be happening with somebody else as well. But just in a general sense, they might see that you're spending time with your family and your friends, and that you don't want to be bothered with, the romantic front because of what's going on here. All right. Your advice tells you to have fun. All right. All the heavy energy that was just showing up here, it tells you to have fun. Try to do your best to enjoy yourself, friends, family, your children, but be creative. Go out, do different things, try to create something that's good for you. All right. And that's a major arcana, so that's a major issue. And then we have the outcome is the devil. So that's showing up. That's your response, and that's the energy of staying somewhere where it's not healthy, staying with the marriage or relationship, temptation, sometimes intoxication, overindulgence, doing different things that might impede your progress to make a move, make a jump away from somebody. So that's an issue. Person coming towards you. So we got the Fool. Person coming towards Scorpio. Yeah, they seem to be holding back, but they might still be attached to you at the same time, for those of you who might be trying to get away from somebody, and they're not letting you go. That might be an issue for some. And one more card for the person coming towards you. Scorpio. Yeah, they have some they got some secrets that could be coming out. And again, this is something I was letting you know for your reading for the 30th and 31st, about somebody mind games or playing games, and then kind of the cat is out of the bag, so to speak. And I feel like you know where you stand with somebody, and even if you don't, you'll start to realize it over the course of the month. All right. Let's see, messages for, and I feel like that person might be trying to get over their fear of losing you or letting you go as well. That's part of something that just came. So let's see, messages for Scorpio for January 2019. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And that is when your father is not there, your mom is not there, if they judge you for leaving somebody behind, or choosing a certain partner, or just their own beliefs having an effect on you. And that might be an issue of how you might have been raised, or whatever kind of trauma they may have had on you in some way. So that might be intense for some. All right, trying to forgive them and make peace with that or those people. All right, let's see one more card for Scorpio for January 2018. I can hear my guides or just in my ear, and like usually it's like a tickling. I don't really have hair in my ears, but it feels like that. Like if I had a lot of hair in my ears, it would be like a lot of moving around after they kind of push some information or something, and I keep speaking, and then I'm saying certain stuff. So make the effort. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So that's still part of you getting out of a bad situation, trying to be upfront, and it doesn't automatically mean that there's another person on the other side, but the other person that could be on the other side is another you, a version of you that is happier and freer, and that can manifest somebody in your life that you want to. And maybe that's something that my guy just told me to say. That's interesting, right? But I feel like that's important for a lot of you. In order to get into a healthier and more magical kind of relationship, you have to get away from this energy. All right, so that's going to be a reading. Tons of love, lots of light to you. I hope that you enjoy the month and have a good one. All right, so enjoy.